Greetings, Gundamites. Gundam! This is your boy Black Seal with another Kid Bash Custom. Wow, okay. Yeah. So here we got a Freedom Gundam, but guess what? As you can see, this is no ordinary Freedom Gundam. Do you know whose Freedom Gundam this is? Your boy Beecha's Beecha. He was in Double Zeta. Beecha's Gundam. Beecha's Freedom Gundam. Why would it be Beecha's Freedom Gundam? Well, 'cause it's beat up. Now, if you're not familiar with Double Zeta Gundam or Double Z Gundam, what happens is there's a group of kids that are in space, and they basically go around in space, getting gathering trash to sell, gathering old Gundams and mobile suits that have been, old mobile suits and stuff that have been in battle, and they sell the scrap off and get money, so they can recycle it and melt it down and use it for something else. And that's how Beecha and Jude and the gang, that's how they get money on the colony that they're at. So this Gundam here, I took this build on with the intent to make it rusty and nasty and dirty and gritty and just a Gundam that nobody would want. So if nobody would want it, who would want it? And that answer is Beecha. Or is it Betcha or whatever the hell his name is? Betcha, Beecha, Beeka, beep, Reggie, whatever the hell his name is. He's the one that's inside this Freedom Gundam. So your boy Kira Yamato, is that his name? Kira Yamato. Kira's not in this. He's not in here, guys. Okay. Sorry to disappoint you. I know you guys love Kira and everything. I know he's a cool guy and everything. He's got that cool bird, but he's not in this. So guess who is? Beecha. So since Beecha is in here, it's all rusted up. He found this piece of junk just sitting around. He's like, "Godly, what the hell is this? Looks like a Gundam. Let me get in here because." Can I get real with you guys? As far as the continuity of the series are stupid. Anybody that gets in a Gundam learns and knows how to pilot a Gundam. Ooh, the person that got in a Gundam who didn't know anything about mobile suits, they know how to pilot a Gundam. Why? They're a new type. How? 'Cause they are. So everybody in the fucking Gundam universe that gets inside a Gundam just happens to be a fucking new type? Fuck out of here! So back to the thing. Beecha found this. Guy jumps into it, and of course, he knows how to pilot it because this is the Gundam universe where every fucking 5-year-old, even a 5-year-old, can pilot a Gundam. I mean, let alone get into a Gundam. So, even though this Gundam is floating into space, it's in a scrapyard or wherever Beach found his Gundam, he doesn't even fucking know. But wherever he found his Gundam, he just opens it up because it has no security codes, it has no lock, it has no kind of codes that you use to open it or operate it. It's just sitting out there. So he just hops in there and says, "Hey, I just found the Gundam. Hey, I just found the Gundam. And guess what? I'm going to fly this motherfucker. Yeah, it's mine. I'm going to cash this in." So, Beecha is inside this Freedom Gundam. Now that I've explained the story to you guys so you guys understand how he got to this Gundam, which is stupid to me too, I'm going to show you some of the customization I did on it. Get up close. You see that? Indents in the armor. These legs right here, you see that? Indents in the leg. They've got these. See if you can see if I can. If these three holes, boop, 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 three holes. You probably can't see it because it's rusted up. So it's rusted like a mofo. This thing is rusted. Three holes, three holes. Elliot, that's clean. So that's got rust on it inside. So I did the same on the inside of the legs. Let me see if I can show it to you. This thing's kind of back heavy. So inside the leg, rusted it. It's like, "Elliot, man, you're messing me up." My God, all the people that straight build are crying. Elliot, what's up? You're messing it up. What do you mean? You were supposed to straight build it and leave it like it was. No, I don't want to. Why? Why did you rust it? Why did you put so much rust on it? Becca found this. Becca was in a junkyard. He probably in the same junkyard that Freddy Krueger's bones are buried in. Becca found this Freedom Gundam in the same graveyard. that Freddy Krueger's bones are buried in. That's where he found his Gundam at. He found Gundam Freedom there. This is the best story in the world. So let's go over some of the customization. These fold out, of course, and they got the boosters in there. Oh man, these boosters are just so nice. I love these boosters. These back boosters in here. hmm Look at that pattern right there. I want to see if you can see the pattern. There's a pattern like right here, just going around here. So here's the deal. They've got holes and stuff in the back of there too. You know, customize, customize, customize. So let's see what we got. So here's the foot. We're look at the foot. Burn marks, dirt, stuff like that. It's like, hey Elliot, how do you do that? Okay, here's the deal. How I do this. What I do is for these kind of lines like this, like that in there and there, I use soldering iron. So a soldering iron, right? So I use a soldering iron for those. So I get a soldering iron hot, and then with soldering iron, I barely just rub down into it, and it'll burn the plastic automatically. Burn the plastic automatically. Burn the plastic automatically. So on the legs, on the feet, it doesn't really matter. It'll burn the plastic automatically, and that's what I did with the soldering iron. So you see these little see these little marks and stuff on here, and that was done with a soldering iron. Now, to get this dirty, like dirt looking look right here, what I do is I get a. Let's show it to you. I'll be back, guys. Look at this Gundam do the limbo. Okay, guys, I'm back. So here's the deal. When I'm doing mud, because they have they have mud effects. So some of us don't have mud effects, and some of us don't have. You know, we don't have all that weathering by to me and all this other kind of good hippy hop shit. So here's what I do, because I think I'm using my brain. I kit bash. You see what these are? They're incense. Now, I'm putting you up on game. This is an incense. These are important in Gundam kit bashing if you're going to do any kind of battle damage or any kind of things with weathering. You take two of these, one at a time, okay, guys, one at a time. And hours before you plan on doing this, hours before you plan on doing this. This one has to be used hours. So what you do is you take two of these right here, burn the tip, set it on like a stone coaster or in an ashtray, and let it burn all the way down. When it burns all the way down, it's reduced to ash. Plus, your house will smell good. So, two or three of these. I recommend two, maybe more. Depends on how. It depends on what size kit you're doing. This is the M. This, by the way, this is the MG Freedom. So this is the MG size. So probably three. So take three of those incense, light them up, put them on a stone coaster at different times. Don't try to do them all at one time. I mean, you could try it just to have a strong smell, and you'd be like choking and coughing and for a while. So do that, burn them all down to ash. Then what you end up doing is you get you can get I got testos. So I got the testers. Testor. Testers effects, which is mud effect. So what I do is the mud effect is kind of like paint. So I get the mud effect and I go, or you can also do this with the rust effect. So get the mud effect or the rust effect one. And I get the mud effect or the rust effect. Sometimes I mix them together. And what I do is I rub them across here on the feet, and then once the brush is still wet, I dip that same brush into the ashes that I have inside the ashtray, and then I put the ashes on here, and it sticks on there like little grit. So you see this? This is rough. You can feel this. This is not smooth at all. You can feel this. It's rough. That the ash that I had from from the cigarette from the ashtray is I went ahead and put it on here and it's stuck. It's dry. And that goes with both of these. So that's what I did. I did the mud effect or the rust or had rust. And then I went ahead, put a coat of it on there, dipped the same paintbrush into the ash, and then put it on here. And guess what? It's on there. It's rough. You can feel it. So it feels like mud is actually stuck onto the Gundam, which it is basically, because I created that effect. Now, with this right here, you see these holes and everything? That wasn't made by a soldering iron. That wasn't made by a soldering iron. This here, this whole area right here, I want you to see this. Was it made by a soldering iron? Once again, I used incense, but I didn't use those ones that I just showed you. I used these. And you can use different types. You don't have to use that same brand. You can be like, oh, I don't want to use that brand. Cool, don't use this brand. You don't need to. These types. This is what you use. And this does good battle damage. You don't believe me? You don't believe me. Okay, so I'll show you. I've showed you pictures. People that follow me in the groups and stuff, they've seen the pictures. So this right here across here, this right here across the shield, that was done with incense. Now, here's how you do it. Get your ashtray and light the incense in the ashtray and light the tip and have it raised up a little bit because what happens with fire is fire well you can have it raised up or lower but fire travels downward due to gravity so the whole thing is we'll see that the tip of the incense is lit and what happens is once the incense is burning, it'll go. You'll see it. You'll see one tip of the incense red, and you'll see it burning down on further down the incense. So the part of it that's red, that's starting to that's getting ready to fall off to the ashtray. What you do is you get that incense and you lay it right over the area you want to do battle damage to. Now, what does that do? When you lay that incense there on to top of this shield right there across it, but when it's still burning and it's still heating up, so what it does is it starts melting through the plastic, and when it starts melting through the plastic, it leaves the burn mark because it is still burning. The incense is still burning. I'll say it again. The incense is still burning. So since the incense is still burning, it's gonna leave the burn mark onto the plastic. So you don't have to add any kind of paint, any kind of smooth looking techniques. You don't have to add any kind of effects to it because the effects will still be there. You understand? I would do it after you finish adding your I would do it after you finish adding all of your decals and after you finish adding after you finish adding your decals and your paint. So you paint it, add your decals, and then you take the instant out. This is part of the weathering process. This is strictly the weathering process. All the decals and shit have to be on there already. So here's the deal. Lay it across the shield and lay it across the leg like I did over here across the leg and leave it. Now, the thing is it'll start to burn and it'll drop off and it'll fizz and it'll fizzle out. It'll stop burning. So then after that, all you do is take a brush after it's finished burning out or you just take a brush and you just wipe the area off wipe the excess ash off and it'll leave that burn mark there. So here's the thing, you don't want to leave just leave it on the area that you want it on. After that, after you finish burning the area that you want, then you go ahead and you take it off and you put it back in the ashtray or you put it out or whatever. But anyways, that's what it does. So it'll leave the marks there. And what that tells you or what that shows us is that somebody shot a beam rifle or somebody had a beam blade beam saber and they try to take a cut at you and they didn't hit you all the way. They nicked you. So that's what that effect creates. So we got all this stuff on here. I sat there and rusted the hell out of it. People were crying about it. You rusted it so much I can't see detail. You're not supposed to see detail on a rusted car. If a car is fully rusted, you do not see details of the car. Come on, people. You don't see detail on the car if it's rusted completely. This Gundam has been sitting in Freddy Krueger's grave cemetery scrapyard for a while. So I'll switch that out. This does not go here because the Freedom Gundam's supposed to have the guns on the side of them. I gave them to a different model, so I switched them out. So I did put these side pieces here, the side armor here on this thing. So I put side armor here since I switched out the guns and gave it to another kit. This right here is it. I let the soldering iron go over it. I let the soldering iron go over this arm a little bit. I let it go over the shoulder a little bit. So soldering iron, I let that go ahead and lay on it for a little bit. Um, on all on the side of this arm, all kinds of damaging stuff on this arm, all on the arm. You know, the shield's got almost it's got a hole through here. I know you can see it. It's got a hole through here. It's got shots, of course, little holes I drilled and stuff to make it like the shield's got hit with shots and stuff, deflected and everything. Now the backpack is different because the backpack I didn't use the Freedom backpack. I gave the Freedom backpack once again. I gave it to a different kit. So I went with the Universal backpack, the second one. So I went with the Universal backpack too. Or Universal Booster Pack 2. So the Universal Booster Pack, that's what I put on here. I rusted that up too. There's all kind of rust marks on here. Then I added the effects that came with the backpack. So this wavy, watery kind of feeling, like whose Gundam does that? There's somebody's Gundam that was that Destiny? Is that Destiny Gundam that does that effect with the butterfly wings? I think Destiny Gundam does that. So this has the same effects as this has like the similar effects like the similar effects like the Destiny Gundam. The Destiny does it, and the what's the other one that not punk ass Shin had. Shin had the Destiny. Old boy had Shin, not Shin. He's an asshole. The other one, Othran. Justice Gundam. The Justice Gundam. Okay, I think the Justice Gundam might have had something similar like this, but no, no, no. The Justice Gundam actually had wings. The Destiny had. Okay, so the Destiny Gundam had a thing like this. But anyways, yeah. So I used the Universe Booster 2 set, MG set for this. Added that, damaged the shield, rusted them the hell up, and that's all I did with them really. Shield's all messed up. Look, I did the same thing. I laid that, I laid that instant across there. Yeah, yeah. You see how I did? How I did? I didn't have to add anything to that. That's how it looked. I just add a little bit of the rust effect on it. So laid the instant across it. And there you go. Bloop 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 blop. There it goes. And also did something against the face. Yeah, yeah. Did something against the helmet too. I laid a little piece of it across the helmet, across the face, cause I had messed up because I accidentally thought that I thought when I was putting the face together, before I put the face together, I had of course cut everything, but there was a piece sticking out and I cut it off because I thought that it was an extra little like I thought it was a nub, but it wasn't a nub. It ended up being the gun. So I was like, man, how am I gonna fix this shit? Oh, I'm an expert kit basher, not really. So I went ahead and just put that instant. Damn it, where you at? I put that instant right across the head. So right here in here. Look, you see my finger in there? You see my finger in there? See if I can fucking see if I can get you see if you can see it a little bit better because I can't do it no damn justice. You can see it a little bit. Yeah, you can see the scar a little bit. So that I laid the instant across the helmet, and I created that same thing. So it's like a beam, like somebody shot a fucking beam weapon, and it like missed. Look at his beautiful eyes. Oh, beautiful blue eyes, blue eyes. So somebody had almost shot the ex-pilot in the face, you know, with a beam weapon. So all said and done, that's this build. MG Freedom, the Beecha's MG Freedom. Don't you get it fucked up that he got from Freddy Krueger's graveyard. So this isn't one of my best ones. A lot of people criticize me because I'm not that good at painting. I'm not that good. Elliot, you're good at painting. You're right. you're good at weathering. You're right. So they said that I weathered it wrong. I They can't see any definition or details because I put too much rust on it, which I told them it was a rusted Gundam. That's the reason I built this was to be a rusted Gundam. So wasn't my best one, but anyways, I enjoyed doing it just like I did the rest of them. He's got a shield. He's he's got the twin sabers connected. He's got the machine guns on the chest, of course, still functioning. Uh, and he's got this gun in the back, which is useless. I really don't like this. I really don't like this gun. I just don't like this gun. I just think it's a freaking for. I just don't like this gun. I just don't like it. I think he should have something a lot better since he's in a higher. Since Kira Yamato was in a better Gundam, since he was in like a high advanced Gundam, I thought he should have had a better gun. That gun was like fucking low grade to me. It's like something you give a soldier, like it's something you give like a darn private in the military, like his first weapon. But anyways, enough about that. Thank you guys for stopping by. You got any questions or comments, leave them in the field below. I'll post information and stuff on, my links and stuff to my IG and Twitter account and all that good stuff. And you guys have a good day and keep on kit bashing, Gundamites.
East, west, south, north. Unbeaten in every path. I am Master Asia. Now that you've tasted victory, I'm sure you'll be back.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.